So proof of work is at its end. The Ethereum Beacon Chain merge is coming up. There may be forks that contend with it, and various different service providers and tokens are taking a stand. Let's talk about all that and more after the jump. Welcome back to the channel, boys and girls. Smash that subscribe button. Every click counts, but yours might count for double, so appreciate you being supportive as always. Let me jump out of the way and show you. The first article is from Finn Bold talking about how Ethereum's second largest mining pool acknowledges that ETH proof of work era is at its end. That's F2 pool, and crypto miners are considering options like migrating proof of work to proof of work friendly chains. We've talked about it on the Mind Your Biz channel for weeks and weeks and weeks, barring an actual interview with any of the founders of these projects again, because I've already interviewed Dan Keller at Flux Network since years ago, and I've already interviewed Tron Black over at Ravencoin several years ago. We've looked at what they have to offer. We've evaluated their roadmaps. Nothing new has really developed since that point, but it's true. Most miners are trying to figure out, where can I point my GPUs? Can I continue to earn profit? But the bottom line for Ethereum is that the final decision to support the merge upgrade does rely on the miner community. It's actually true. The miners can take their hash power somewhere else. They can fork the chain, and they can create some kind of changes there, a contentious hard fork based on hash power. That's how a lot of these protocols work, is that they're designed to give the longest chain and the greatest hash over to the greatest hash power. We saw a contentious hard fork back with Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, back with Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, with Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV, and so on and so forth. So that's entirely one possible outcome. Is it the best possible outcome? I don't think so. But F2 Pool is basically saying, hey guys, this is the end of the ride. Just like, be grateful that we were able to secure Ethereum for the over 7 years that we have so far. The fact that the Ethereum core developer group and the initial ICO buyers don't want to show loyalty back to the mining community is not our concern. It's not guaranteed, and there was always the looming sword of Damocles, right? Always the promise that they were going to move to proof of stake at some point. That was part of the roadmap from day one. So here we are, just move on, is what F2 Pool is saying. But there are several groups that are not willing to take that lying down. There are proposed hard forks, but Chainlink is saying that those hard forks will not receive support. Here's the summary from Ethereum World News. Thank you for the tidy summary at the top. They've declared their stance and basically saying that as Ethereum moves to proof of stake with the Beacon Chain merge, that there will be possible hard forks into proof of work. They say that they'll upgrade only, or they'll support only the upgrade to proof of stake consensus and only the official version that is supported by the core developers. Any forked version of the proof of work blockchain simply won't be supported by Chainlink. Now, does this mean that the other forks cannot possibly use the Oracle data from Chainlink? No, unfortunately. That's what permissionless systems mean. So Chainlink's official support will go to the Beacon Chain merge, but to make things messy, that chain data, that Oracle data, will be available to anyone. So I don't know they can reasonably deny the usage of their Oracle data to the contentious hard forks. But their official stance is they won't. So apparently, Chandler Guo, one of the largest Ethereum miners in China, is saying that he still wants to move forward with a proof of work fork of Ethereum. We've talked about it here on the Mind Your Biz show about how I don't think it's likely that it's going to get as much support as Chandler is hoping for, or many Ethereum miners are hoping for. But, it's a Hail Mary. Who knows? Bitcoin Cash did have a good long run, and Bitcoin SV after it did have a good long run, even after committing a contentious hard fork from the original Bitcoin core. So anything can happen. Apparently, OKX said they plan to monitor forks and list fork tokens if there's sufficient demand on their exchange. I mean, after all, they get paid for transactional volume, and so the sell-off of any new coins listed, any new tokens listed, is a boon for them, right? They need that additional transactional volume to be able to get those percentage of the maker-taker fees so that they can continue to operate. It's smart business for them. Smart business for a centralized exchange to list these hard forks. But, each one of these projects is going to have to make up their own mind and come up with their own roadmap. Vitalik Buterin also said his take on it is that there isn't any kind of real threat that should be taken from a post-merge ETH fork because of the support of projects like Chainlink for the main chain. But you tell me in the comments, what do you think is going to happen? Is Chainlink's reluctance to support any other proof of work ETH forks, is that going to prevent them from having enough support from Oracle data? Do you think that's going to work? Do you think them just stating their intention to support the main chain alone will be enough to sort of bless the main chain, crown the main chain the obvious winner of this upcoming fork race? I mean, it's obvious that forks are going to happen. So what do you think? Tell me in the comment section below. While you're there, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and share this video with somebody who wants to learn more about the current state of events in Ethereum. But moving on, Poloniex, on the flip side, does plan to support all of the new forks. All of them. And users will receive new tokens via airdrop. This is a pretty rare stance for most centralized exchanges, but Poloniex is not one of the newer exchanges, so they do have some experience with handling hard forks. Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin SV, certainly Poloniex was around for, as well as Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash. So Poloniex is offering to take the other side of this debate, a bit like OKX, but again, incentives matter, and the incentives for exchanges are aligned right along the lines of getting trading fees. So having more listed pairs is a boon for them. Is it going to be as good for you and me? We'll find out. Where will the liquidity come from? I don't know if they really care. They want to see that transactional volume and then be able to take their profits in the form of maker-taker fees. But I don't know how many forks of Ethereum that is including. Is that including the upcoming hotly debated Pulse Chain fork of Ethereum, of Ethereum's chain state? Will that be included as well? I don't know that that's fully listed here, and it's not fully laid out in the Bitcoinist.com article about PolonieX's stance on the post-merge forks. But we'll see. Hopefully they will have a full listing of all the forks that they intend to support at PolonieX's main website. But again, you tell me, if you knew that you were going to get a free airdrop from every single Ethereum fork that you held in your Poloniex account, would you move more of your Ethereum to Poloniex? I don't know if I would, but you tell me in the comments section. Is that enough to motivate you to surrender your keys to get those airdrops? Or would you rather just hold it in your own wallet, get those airdrops as needed, and attempt to trade them decentrally? I have an answer for myself, but you tell me what you think in the comments. All right, last bit of news. It's 3 articles that are kind of combined, and this has to do with a brand new sanction list. And this is, frankly, it was a day that I've been fearing for a long time. I sincerely hoped that it would not come to this, but the U.S. sanctions list, the Treasury Department has a new addition from the Ethereum ecosystem, Tornado Cash. Yep, they went there. And in my opinion, this is insane. I don't know how you actually sanction a protocol. That would be like sanctioning Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is a protocol. And these are just a series of smart contracts, yet they're saying that they are now sanctioned. The Office of Foreign Assets Control, the OFAC for short. Don't say that too fast, or you will get banned from YouTube. Don't ask me how I know. It's the first time the U.S. has sanctioned a DeFi protocol on chain. This is absolutely precedent setting, and it's entirely possible that it will need to be reversed because of the infeasibility of enforcing such a policy. But I digress. Over $1 billion of illicit funds has been funneled through the protocol over the past year, including the record-breaking $500 million attack on Axie Infinity's Ronin bridge in March. So yes, to answer the question, has Tornado Cash been used by criminals? Yes, it has been. So has every privacy protocol, including the US dollar in cash, right? In cash notes. And in fact, the US dollar in cash notes has a provable multi-billion dollar usage every year, like clockwork internationally. So to compare apples to apples, the US Treasury is not banning cash just because it's used occasionally by criminals. So just to lay that out, I've got a little bit of activism there on my part, a little bit of ideology. But it started using Chainalysis, or Tornado Cash started using Chainalysis Oracle to block addresses that had been sanctioned by OFAC earlier this year in April. And they said, maintaining financial privacy is essential to preserving our freedom. However, it should not come at the cost of non-compliance. But OFAC has issued several crypto-related sanctions in the past, just never a protocol rather than a website front end. Tornado Cash has not yet publicly commented on the development. Whew, that's a doozy. Tell me in the comments section, what do you think about that? Is privacy, financial privacy, genuinely a human right? I think it is, but you might have a different take on it. Do you think that banning or that sanctioning a protocol is feasible or is enforceable? I struggle with that too. I just don't think that it is, but maybe you have some kind of wisdom that you'd like to share in the comment section about how this is enforceable and how the OFAC is going to be able to enforce this. Here is the full text of their of the post. It's a cyber-related designation. It's a special designation on the U.S. Treasury's website called a specially designated nationals, or specially designated national, meaning that these are not individuals, these are not humans, they are something else, right? So specially designated nationals list update. The following entity has been added to OFAC's SDN list. And as you see right here, the front end website tornado.cash, digital currency address, ETH, and then all of these as followed, publicly listed. And for your benefit and for your convenience, of course, links to this are in the description of this video, so check that out. But last and not least is an update from Vitalik Buterin talking about a new proposed feature for Ethereum, stealth addresses. Monero Maxi say, what? That's right, stealth addresses making their way into Ethereum. What does that mean? Hopefully, this actually does have substance, but why would this be announced on the same day that OFAC tries to sanction Tornado Cash? I say try because they have not successfully been able to block the usage of Tornado Cash yet. And we'll have to find out, like, see if that's actually something that's possible and feasible for them. But why did Vitalik announce this? Well, I suspect that there is a little bit of cooperation taking place with the Ethereum core developer group. Is it, I mean, a long shot as conspiracy theories go? No, I don't think it's a long shot. But you tell me in the comment section. Does this seem a little bit suspect to you? Because it kind of does to me. At any rate, here's kind of how they work. Every stealth address will consist of a hash of the user's address, the token ID, and the secret parameter unique to a user. So something like a password or secret. Oh, hey, did I tell you this is not legal, financial, or business advice? Because I should. I'm glad I red screened you. Let's take a look at that again. Every stealth address will consist of the hash of a user's address, the token ID, and the secret parameter unique to a user. Assets are stored on an address that is derived from the user's leaf in the hash tree that contains blockchain data. So this is it's a bit of a protocol upgrade for Ethereum to add privacy as a primitive, as a native element, some degree of privacy as a primitive, as a protocol primitive, right? Native element. And bottom line, the implementation of additional security mechanisms like this, even soulbound tokens, which seem like a bad idea for privacy and anonymity, could become completely anonymous and allow it to be more securely used. This is something that for me is a proper selling point for things like soulbound tokens or even ERC 721 tokens like NFTs. Because they're unique, once your wallet holds them, you're publicly known. So being able to have that degree of anonymity is very important. We'll see how that plays out. Thank you for watching today's episode. This is a little bit unique for me to do just an ETH news roundup, but there was so much that had to be covered. Thanks for being subscribed. Thank you for sharing this video. Tune in for more chain-specific and project-specific roundups in the near future, as well as interviews with all kinds of project developers, privacy-oriented developers, project leads, other key opinion leaders in the space, and of course, your favorite people on YouTube talking about crypto right here on the new home for MineYour.biz. Thanks for watching to the end. You're the reason I make this media. I love your face. Remember to stay private and mind your biz.